Now, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is in the UAE on his first visit to an Arab nation since the Syrian civil war 11 years ago. On day one of his visit, Assad met with UAE's Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and according to UAE state media, the two leaders discussed fraternal relations between both the sides and also discussed efforts to contribute to the consolidation of security, stability and peace in the Arab region and the Middle East. The Crown Prince and Assad discussed ways of preserving the territorial integrity of Syria and the withdrawal of foreign forces from the country. They also talked about means of providing political and humanitarian support for Syria. Meanwhile, Syria's Sana news agency said that the meeting helped strengthen cooperation between the two sides. The visit sends a signal that the Arab world is now willing to re-engage with Syria's once widely shunned president. The Arab League suspended Damascus after the war broke out 11 years ago, and back then, Arab and Western countries blamed Assad for the deadly crackdown on the 2011 protests, which soon turned into one of the most iconic, deadly civil war events in recent history. But now, with the conflict in a deadlock and Assad regaining control of almost all territory, the Arab world is looking to warm up ties. In December of 2018, the UAE reopened its embassy in Damascus. The move suggested an effort to bring the Syrian government back into the Arab fold. The move was followed by the UAE's calling in March last year for Syria to return to the Arab League, which was once a key backer of its suspension. The United States has for long opposed efforts to normalize ties with Assad or rehabilitate him until a political solution is agreed to the deadly conflict. Speaking on the Syrian president's UAE visit, State Department spokesperson Ned Price said, and I quote, "Washington is profoundly disappointed and troubled by the attempt to legitimize Assad, who remains responsible and accountable for the death and suffering of countless civilians." WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.